God, we're missing something. But this is all the weapons from Blood Money. Now we move into Hitman Absolution, which was not good. It's a lot more action-y than the other Hitman games, and it's set in Chicago, which is interesting.
Did they actually do Chicago right? They didn't Watch Dogs it?
I literally don't know, and it's because it's not like they're not like open worlds. It's just like narrow linear levels. So I can only imagine they did the Mickey Speedway USA thing, where the Chicago level is just a sewer level, and you literally don't get to see any of Chicago. That pissed me off as a child. I saw Chicago, I'm like, I know Chicago. I click it, it's just tubes. It made me angry. Hitman Absolution. This game has that game has a gun from one of the Deus Ex games as a pre-order bonus.
It is the DA-38, or the 9mm Derringer.
Ah, okay. That was actually quite good. Not fantastic, but... Okay, that was a little more expected. A 4 and an 8. 6 and a 9. Nice. Okay, this is gonna buck all of the trends. But this is like the ideal Hitman weapon. Stick it in a pocket. It's loaded with a relatively powerful round. You only get the 2 shots, but boy, you can make them count, and you can slip this past pretty much anybody. I feel compelled to give this... Is it a 4? It's a 3.5. We're starting on a good note. All right. Which Hitman Absolution cannot say as a game. It has a surprisingly good rating on Metacritic. It's like, what? Yeah. 76 or something?
I think so.
74 maybe? Better than I expected. I expected like a 52. People hated this game. It was more like grindhousey than like stealthy and sneaky. Yeah. This is like, I think, right... Well, when did it come out? When did Hitman Absolution come out?
My brain says 2015, but I'm sure that's wrong.
I'm standing on the table.
I was wrong. November 20th, 2012.
2012?
2012.
In the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, this is like that, like the high octane, like everything's action, military, online era, 2008. No.
Nope, this is 2012.
Hitman, I think Hitman 1 came out in like 2015 or 2016, which is probably what you're thinking of.
Maybe. Either way, your next one is the Bartoli Custom, which is the EAA Witness Limited Gold Team.
Please look up the EA Witness Limited Gold Team. Look that bad boy up, because it is... Whew!
That's pretty sleek looking. I'm not gonna lie.
It's all white. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not in the game, so we have to use... So, the Witness Gold Team, or actually all the Witnesses. The Gold Team is just the EAA Witness, which is more or less just a CZ, but it's designed for Olympic shooters. So we have to shoot this one hand in the pocket, one hand out, I assume.
Like that one Russian girl?
That's how actually you're supposed to shoot as an Olympic shooter. Literally
honestly, kudos to her.
Well, no, that's just the stance. You just stick a hand in the pocket and just... Oh. I am not an Olympic shooter. One of those was a 0.
All shooting is done from a prescribed distance of 10 meters, 25, or 50.
I can do 25. Yeah, I could not be an Olympic shooter. Okay. You are just like all the other pistols we've done, so you get like a 3, I guess.
UMP-45.
So, this gun is it's like a weird hybrid between the UMP and the MP5. But we've already fired too many MP5s, so I'm firing a UMP instead. Because it's like a straight mag MP5, but it's also a UMP. So the magazine is just here. And that's all we know. But it's got the sights of a UMP, so... That fired very weird. I don't know if that was the frame rate that caused that. Ding! Yeah, I held down the trigger that entire time. I don't know what happened. Yeah, you are a lot like the 552, so for that you get a 3.
You're gonna like this.
Oh, I know this one
Thompson
already.
M19 28A1.
Mm-hmm. Although, real fast, we do need to get the Thompson 30 carbine out. 1, because I don't know when I'm going to be able to talk about this bad boy, but 2, this is actually what the Thompson in Hitman looks like. It's got the M1A14, but it's got the 1928 like top bolt, which is odd. Did that just make a loud bump the mic noise?
Yeah, a little bit, but not very noticeable.
But why am I going to fire that when this exists? Y'all should know the format by now. You give me a Thompson, I'm firing this. Or I'm going to complain. That was fantastic.
I was about to say, that just looked satisfying.
And I only missed one shot, and oops. Did a flippin' 7-point average. Amazing. Are you a Hitman weapon, though? Does this make sense for a Hitman game? I don't care. Override, you get a 4.5 points. I get to make these kinds of decisions. I am the maker of the picture.
Alright. FAL Tactical with a red dot.
Yay! Crack my back like a glow stick. That'd be fucking euphoric.
Honestly, that's how I kind of feel right now. Like, my neck's been stiff. Like, just crack it. Maybe kill me in the process, one of the two.
That really bucked around. I don't know what you're trying to prove. I'm sorry. You're as good as the Quackenbush. You get a 2. That was mad.
Alright. HK416.
Oh boy! It just looks normal now.
Yeah.
What? Oh, wait, it has irons.
It does?
Get off. Come on. You need to get off the gun. It has a front sight. Does that line up with the... That might actually line up. That might not actually line up. I'm shooting high, which I can see that because I just blew out a whole gap on the paper above the target. It gets another 3, honestly. I mean, I'm not excited by it, but it works.
Next up is the regular FAL.
Oh boy, get ready for second verse, same as the first. What just happened? I heard it click. Yeah, I heard it click, but it still had more rounds.
Hmm.
Yeah, these targets pretty much paint the picture.
It's not very accurate.
It's... Oh, I did the thing I was worried about. Yep, you can join your brother in, 2.
2. Alright. Alright, and then the 580A1 pump.
Ah, okay. There we are. That was an 8 plus 1. You're welcome to 4.5. That was phenomenal.
Then the very last weapon for Hitman Absolution is the Ultramax, or the Zitimax 100M Mark III.
You wanna? Did I typo or? Oh no, I did. I totally did typo. That should be a U, not a C.
Oh. I was about to say, that's definitely a CL, and I'm like, did I pronounce that wrong? No, I'm just a fool.
No, I'm the fool. I wrote it wrong.
Oh.
Okay, it's doing that thing again. Guess we just gotta wait. Oh, if I lean too far back, it becomes the flippin' Aurora Borealis. Yeah, I mean, at this time of year? Why does HP Reverb, why does Steam VR run really smooth or really horribly in the exact same settings? Yep, it's like a coin flip. It's a problem with the new NVIDIA drivers. Oh wait, this is from last year. I was reading 11M, I'm like, oh, 11 minutes ago. No. Okay, so before we can talk about the Ultimax, we need to bring out an old friend.
Is that the Vector? It is the Vector.
This is the Vector. And it's important for this discussion. So you know how the Vector has that thing where, after your first shot, your recoil is steady?
Yeah.
And how I keep complaining that it sucks because you only get like 20 rounds and it spits them out in an instant. So you really don't get a chance to actually fire this thing correctly. Let's grab the Ultimax real fast. Nope, not muzzle down. Begin new set. I just created a bunch of empty sets. In a panic. Okay. So we are all locked and loaded on this bad boy. Oh, that's just for ladder sights. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and we're just going to say goodbye to this hand for a second. So this is where that system really gets to shine. That was one-handed, by the way. Look at all our 8s and 9s and 7s and 9s and 10s again at the very end. So this is really where I honestly think that, like, what is it, a constant recoil or linear recoil, whatever that recoil system's called. This is really honestly where it gets to shine. And I'm glad that we waited to do the Hitman video until now because this is the most recent gun added to H3VR as of right now. And it is just phenomenal. Like, honestly, this solves so many of my problems with the Vector, even though they really kind of are two separate beasts. This is going to be a weird one for a machine gun, but I'm going to give that a 5. Wouldn't it be funny if Hitman just, like, died right now? Like, they just stopped making games in the series, and, the developers had to fight to get those rights back just so they can make more Hitman games. Wouldn't it be funny if the original publisher behind Hitman decided they didn't want to deal with the series anymore? Wouldn't it be funny if they just stopped making Hitman games forever? Because they did! All of this is now irrelevant. We've decided as a society we don't need Hitman anymore. It's not worth it. So we're just gonna... No more Hitman. We're done with Hitman. Until we're not. Because the developers fought to get those rights back, and now they're an independent studio making a AAA-ass game. And with that said, allow me to welcome you to a world of assassination. Come with me and you will be in a world of pure assassination. This whole video has been setting up for that joke. World of Assassination is literally just all the Hitman games. Hitman 1, 2, 3. They're more like puzzly, sandboxy, stealth strategy games. They're all third person, and if you own Hitman 3, you can play 2 and 1 from within 3. So I've decided we're just merging all the Hitman games together into one. This is the part nobody sees about these videos. Somebody's gotta clean this shit up. And it always ends up having to be me. Here I am complaining that my back hurts, and now I'm stooping over to sweep up the shit. I don't even need to do this. This is just for a bit. Hey, is this funny? If it's not funny, so you should subscribe. This will be the only video where I have a net gain of subscribers. There we go. It's clean now. It's clean now. And now we're not going to cut to a completely different recording session to justify the fact that it's clean now. Alright. Nice and clean.
Wonderful.
World of Assassination. So we're lumping all the Hitman games. We're lumping Hitman 1, Hitman 2, Hitman 3 all together, because if you own 1 and 2, you can play all of their missions in 3. They're dubbed the World of Assassination, as per Google Stadia, the only time Google Stadia's ever been relevant.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They have ads now. First of all, did you know Stadia is now 2 years old? It's been
honestly, I didn't expect it to take off the ground. I'll be honest.
I expected when I saw it's Stadia's 2nd anniversary, I expected the next line to be, and we're closing up fucking shop. Apparently, it's Google. Google's dumping as much money into this as they can. We already know that. They have ads now that it's like, click this ad now and you'll start playing Control. And I'm part of me wants to click the ad just to see if it will. But then it's probably like, so, we're going to convert your Google account to Stadia. How much do you want to spend? Is Control even free? I don't know.
I don't either.
That would involve any one of us clicking a Stadia ad.
I was about to say that was not going to happen.
Yeah, to some people, clicking a Stadia ad would feel like this. But honestly, given everything that's happened with Google, in my humble opinion, it's a little more like this. It's just oh wait, hold on. No, this will be how we use our Russian roulette metaphor. Do you like it? Anton, bless this recording session.
Wonderful.
This is back when he had far less hair and far less beard and no glasses.
Wonderful.
He's just gotten more unhinged looking over time, but I imagine that's what happens when you make a game like this.
Probably.
It's 5 years old and still in early access, to be completed in 2018. You never told us which 2018.
Ouch.
It's gonna get to the point where it's like, oh, update 356 by Anton Hand Jr. It adds another MP5. I mean that 100% endearing. Take as long as you need. I love indie games because it's just like, Yeah, I'm just making one level at a time in Ultra Kill right now. I don't know when the next batch of levels will be out. And it's the highest rated game on Steam, so... Meanwhile, frickin' there's a new Pokemon game coming out next month. Hitman 1, 2, 3, although I kind of almost did them in an order. Hitman... Gone.
Alright. First one we're getting is the HWK21, which is kind of like a Glock 17, kind of like an H&K M23.
Okay, this is that Franken gun I thought that we were gonna have a while ago. We talked about Franken guns in the last recording session. None of it made it into the actual footage, and I was like, oh, we'll kind of just pick from the, you know, because so many of them are just like, oh, it's a Glock, but it's also this, but it's also this weird obscure-ish thing. So we're just gonna use the Mark 23. It's very long. How far do we send this out? I'm feeling 20 meters today.
Ooh, being lively.
I like being lazy. I could send this all the way up to 30. Are we done? Yeah. It felt like the paper was still moving. Only 12 rounds. What do you think I am, Gordon Freeman? I mean, it's averaging okay. I'm gonna admit, I like how it looks more than I like how it shoots.
As one does.
Actually, hold on. Coming in 2022. Hey, hey. It's kind of just the Beretta, but in 45. Well, okay. Well, hold on. There was a 1911 earlier. The tactical. What did I give that?
Yeah, 1911 tactical. You actually gave it 4.
Sure, they're essentially the same thing. They're both 45 ACP. Frickin' 12 rounds. It's fine. I mean, it's not as handsome as a 1911, but I like the long slide. No, you don't go over there. You go over in 4. But hook it around to get a higher rating than it thinks it deserves.
Alright. Next is the ICA-19. So let's just use 1911 A1 operator.
Why is it 11? Why is every 1911 mag 1 round short of what I feel like it should have?
It's a good question, and I don't have an answer for.
914. I will say, it is fun to be in VR when the slide kicks back, like... 7, 8, 9, 10, so I just want 1 round. Boom! It's like right in front of me. I can't see stereoscopic images fantastic, but that one actually works. My eyes were not meant for VR. Or 3D. It wasn't until the new 3DS that the 3D actually worked on a 3DS for me, and it was truly magical. Up until that point, it was just a blurrier way to play video games.
Honestly, I never even used the 3D on the 3DS.
I tried using it with 3D World or 3D Land, and it made that game way harder because I couldn't see what I was doing. But I'm like, well, it's in 3D, I think. I didn't know what 3D should look like. Smash Brothers was barely in 3D. Pokemon just ran like garbage every time you kicked the 3D slider a little bit. And then the new 3DS came out, and their big deal was like, oh, it tracks like the position of your eyes, and then it can extrapolate from that, like how images should be spaced out and cameras and things in the games to make the 3D image work correctly. And it did. It was the only time in my life that a 3D image actually looked like I could notice a difference between looking at an image with both eyes and closing my left eye and looking at it. Like right now with my left eye closed, it looks the same.
Understandable.
Eyes are weird. This is just that other 1911.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hold out pistol for the next Hitman game. And then when you complete all the challenges in a level, you get this one.
Ooh, fancy.
Here you go. Your next gun for for Hitman 4.
There you go. Alright, next is, it looks like an SMG.
What's it called?
The MP5/10.
Ah! Yes. So we're moving on up in the world. We have 10mm.
Ooh.
There are a lot of games with 10mm. It appears in a lot of sci-fi works for some reason. Deus Ex and Fallout both have 10mm. So did the FBI. 1 round, 2 round, and infinity round burst. Oh no. Look at what you've done. This is awful. This thing just kicks. Like mad. I didn't think 1mm would do that much for this thing's ability to perform.
Surprise.
Had me fooled. So this is why the FBI doesn't do anything 10mm anymore. Because it's just so much more unwieldy than 9mm. I wonder what the ballistics on it were like. Like, was it that much more powerful? Or was there just, like, genuinely no reason to use 10mm?
Probably the latter.
Only a 2.
Yep. Your next up is the Keltec KSG.
Right. This is the ICA's weird shotgun.
You've used this before, I feel like, on this channel.
Yeah. This thing has a nasty habit of appearing and also not being good. Lots of pellets. Let's look at the board. This was uncomfortable. I don't know. Something about the form factor. There were 2 10s in that entire foray. And honestly, let's disassemble this thing. This doesn't seem concealable to me.
It's really not. It's just like a big chunk of metal.
I mean, a lot of this is plastic, but, like, in my humble opinion, like, this is enough. This is enough shotgun. For what he's doing, he doesn't need all of this. I get why they did this. Because the Hitman reboot's supposed to be, like, kind of, like, tactical and cool. But I don't know. Goodness gracious.
There's just a level of overkill here that doesn't need to be.
In the words of Captain Lou Albano from a Super Mario Brothers oldies mixtape, Great Meatballs of Fire. Do I give the... It's a 2.5. I feel like, on top of just being cumbersome with its flipping double tubes, which are a pain in an actual combat scenario, it's just not a comfy gun. There's a lot of pump shotguns where I can sit here and pump the thing all day. That one, I was tired by the time I emptied that thing.
Yeah. The flintlock pistol and or musket.
Are there any qualifiers attached to that?
All it says is in big bold letters, unusable on shelf, where it belongs.
I forgot I added where it belongs. Okay, so we don't really need to fire this thing, but we'll take it. We'll have a bit of fun. We'll go out to 5 meters. I want to make sure I hit this. I didn't do this correctly.
You really don't like flintlocks.
In my humble opinion, the age of the flintlock
It's
ended the
coming
moment anything else was invented. Oh wow, did I just... Hold on. I don't know whether I should be depressed or impressed that I got a bullseye at just 5 meters, though. I have nothing to shoot off of. Like, it doesn't matter, you know, just shoot a Doom style, there's nothing. Yeah, like the moment wheel locks or anything else got invented, flintlock, there really wasn't any use. It was a good start.
And that's pretty much the best way you can possibly describe everything.
Mm-hmm. It's like Sonic 1. It's a good foundation.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to play Sonic 1 the moment Sonic 2 existed. There's no reason to fire this the moment anything else came to be. And because it just kind of sits on a shelf, I figured, we're not, you know, we can sit here and laugh and mock this thing. But honestly, it does belong in a museum. So we're just gonna... Oh yeah, we're taking some of these guns to the range later. The sniper scene. Probably just the WA-2000, but I added some other things, because never know. You know, do we take the shotgun to the range? Do we take the Lee Einfeld to the range? Who can say? Yeah, there we go. This is where it belongs. Just give that a shelf. Not a numeric rating, just shelf. And you know what? We'll even give it a friend. Where is it? Where is its friend? Do we dare take the musket to the range?
Hey, you're the one controlling. I'm just reading.
Hold the phone. This might change everything. Where is it?
Little did you know I'm actually holding my phone.
Where is it? Rail adapters? This is gonna change everything. Oh. Okay, Anton was generous. You can't attach this to a musket to then give it modern sights and bipods.
Ah, that's a shame.
Is it, though? You would have to take all of this off to reload.
Good point. Fair point.
So, thank you for being less insane than I am, Anton. I was gleefully ready to accept fate. It'd be easier just to get a new musket at that point.
Your next one is, good old MAC-10.
The MAC-10 is the most gun to have ever gone.
Basically.
Like, what do you want? You want a barrel? You want a trigger? You want a bolt? You want a stock? You want a foregrip. And you want a place to put bullets. Everything else is superfluous. I literally don't... That looks about right. At 5.8. So a funny story about the MAC-10. It was designed for some sort of government institution. I want to say it was the CIA. And the company that made it's like, look, it's compact, it's comfortable, it can fire well, it's cheap to make, good recoil, good accuracy. And then whatever agency that was went, yeah, it is absolutely none of those things. We will stick with our MP5s. Or was this before the... This might have been before. 1970, so it would have been before the MP5. Do I give it another 1?
Ah, you're the one rating.
I'm just thinking, is it deserving of it? Yes. I'd rather just have a 1911, honestly. And that's not even fully automatic. I mean, I could get a fully automatic 1911. The game's got one.
Yeah.
The way it just schleps all the way up into the ceiling.
I was about to say, none of those hit the target, I guarantee you that. Next one is the Auto 9.
Ah, we were just here.
That's the Franken gun, I think.
No, well, no. Does this look familiar?
A little bit.
Does it look like the firearm that you might find on, say, some kind of legally distinct robotic cop?
Yeah, pretty close.
That's because it is. What does RoboCop say? Protect and serve! I'm seeing a problem. I think I fired a little more than 6 shots. Every time the magazine magnetism happens, it's just bewildering to me. Okay, so I get why they did this for the prop. Haha, you know, the big funny. It's huge. Note what this has that this is missing.
Tiny foregrip.
That's right, it's missing a foregrip. So I ran 2 magazines through that. I'm gonna run 2 magazines through this. See, when you have a foregrip, that's not much better. Never mind.
Just kidding.
I was gonna say, you know, when you have a foregrip, you can actually, you know, maintain the recoil and land your shots where you want them. No.
Still wrong.
1.5. It's imposing looking, I'll give it that. But it's not my favorite, most imposing looking automatic Beretta in this game. That goes to the M9 Cleric, whose muzzle flash is in a flippin' that shape.
Why?
Because this is from some, like, anime or sci-fi show where they did that. They figured out, like, the muzzle flash was in that shape. There's an H on the front. I don't know the exacts. We're gonna run some text on the screen that'll explain why it's that way. Hope that was informative for you. I don't have the text right now.
Glock 19.
So, you know what I don't understand?
Quantum physics.
You know what else I don't understand?
What's that?
I was expecting, like, a second thing, like, why kids don't like the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. No, why wouldn't they? Why kids like the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Why kids don't like the taste. They've grown tired of it. No.
No, that's why they have, at my store, we sell apple pie toast crunch now.
That sounds lovely. That's just what Apple Jacks is supposed to be. Apple Jacks contains no apple at all. It makes me frustrated.
I'll take your apple box.
No, it's fine. Okay. So, we got, to quote the rap song, Glock, in which a guy just names every kind of Glock. That song is the funniest fucking opening I've ever seen in a song. He goes, "There ain't nothing like a Glock. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to name every Glock there is. Glock, 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 Glock,
Sounds
Glock."
like he's just like drowning.
And then finally, he actually does name them, including like all sorts of weird competitive ones and ones that never like left the prototype phase. It's like reading Wikipedia, but in a song. And it has a Genius page, so somebody really wanted the lyrics. It should have just defaulted to Glock's website. No. But, so we have the Glock 17 full-size 9mm, but then we have the Glock 19 compact 9mm. I mean, it's not too much smaller, but it is a tiny bit. It is a little smaller. It's a little smaller where it counts, almost. There's a long slide version of the Glock 17. And you wanna know what that one is?
I believe that's just called a rifle.
It's Glock 17L. It doesn't have a fun number. They gave it like 2 extra inches of slide, but they didn't give it a number.
Well, that is disappointing.
I can't fucking believe this. It's just a Glock. We've already done a Glock. What did I give that one? These are borderline the same thing.
Covered several Glock throughout these multiple series.
Yeah, but in this one in particular, what did I give this, the Glock 17 in the previous Hitman?
You didn't.
There wasn't?
Because there wasn't one.
3. I don't know. It's just a Glock 17, but small. I guess it gets a 3 out of 5. 3 points.
It's as middle of the road as you can make it.
I assume whatever was happening on those targets was just user error.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't, the comments will helpfully correct me.
So your next up is the Chris Vector with a suppressor.
Yay! Even though we already had the Chris Vector, but better, now we get the genuine article. Did you know there was a carbine version of the Chris Vector?
No, but that's haunting.
Yeah, it like the barrel goes out to here, but they just shroud it in more like this, and then like a barrel shroud that kind of looks like a suppressor. I think it's only single fire. Nine of those rounds did not touch paper. Okay. Oh, I only missed 4 shots. Okay, so the linear recoil system or whatever, the constant recoil, whatever, the recoil system is cool, but you really need a slower fire rate and probably more rounds to really be able to use it. I feel like the Vector's biggest problem is its rate of fire. If it was like half this amount, well, maybe it needs to be this rate of fire to actually make the recoil system work, but the Ultimax I feel like was slow. By the time that you get the recoil figured out and you can track a target, you're out of ammo. It's only 25 rounds. It needs like a drum, or it just needs a reduced fire rate. I guess that's why this is going to be stupid. This isn't going to make sense. Yeah, so wait, it's a 2-round burst, but a 25-round magazine. I don't get it.
Yeah, that doesn't really make much sense.
It's a looker.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, once you have it kitted out, it's a looker. Let's go ahead and... It's like your balding uncle who wears a hat. Like, the hat's nice, and once he's wearing the hat, he looks fine. Takes the hat off, you're confronted with the truth. I feel like there's a number of, like, planning and thoughtfulness issues that happened in the production of this weapon that really should have been accounted for, and they weren't. 2.5. I'll give it this. The fire rate is mean.
Oh yeah, the Chris has always been a mean thing.
I feel like there needs to be more than just a fire rate.
Then your next up is the Mac 10 with an oil filter suppressor, because it's funny that it's in such a classy series.
Is it another Mac 10?
It is. It says Mac 10.
Okay. I swore I wrote Cobra.
Well, it's a slapdash SMG.
Oh, it's Slapdash. I said Ramshackle earlier. So this is weird junkyard SMG in Hitman 2 or 3. And it's just called the Slapdash SMG. This isn't going to be worth shooting. Well, maybe, you know what? No, maybe you can surprise me.
You've been surprised several times in this series.
Okay, well, I see a problem.
The suppressor covers your sight.
Holy shit. I actually got bullseyes.
Oh.
This shouldn't have worked. Was the problem with the MAC-10 just the fact that it just produces too much kick? Give me this one real fast. We're going to throw that one over there. We're going to put a regular suppressor on you that I can see around. This is just a mile of suppressor.
Wow.
This better be quiet as fuck. Well, it's better be quieter than fuck, honestly. Hey, hey! Subscribe for more funny jokes. I say after having said the worst joke of this channel. Hey, I found the problem with the MAC-10.
What's that?
It just needs a suppressor.
No.
So under the MAC-10, where I gave it a 1 out of 5, can you add one thing? It'd be a 3 out of 5 with a normal suppressor.
The regular MAC-10 or the one you were
the regular MAC-10. 3 out of 5 with a regular suppressor. I want you to note the emphasis on regular, because this ain't it, Chief.
No.
This ain't regular. And it's also just a pain to shoot over. So I'll meet in the middle and I'll give it a 2.
Wow. Alright.
We're wowing 2 points. On a system of 5.
Wow.
Oh, and Wilson! He's here to help finish the recording! That's right. I don't know what he sounds like anymore. Ka-chow. There we go.
Mood.
That's the only one of his films I've ever seen. It's not a weapons tryout unless there's 30,000 diversions and half a second of me shooting a gun and going, yeah, it's alright.
Moving on.
Anyways,
okay.
did you know that Nick Cage was in a film where he rescues his pet flippin' truffle hunting pig? It's called Pig.
Doesn't he not speak at all in the whole film?
That is Willy's Wonderland.
Alright.
Because they kidnap his pet pig, so he goes like rural John Wick.
Alright.
I like that my example for how he gets sidetracked became an actual sidetrack.
Yeah. I did notice that.
Anyways.
Anyway. So, our last one for World of Assassination is the G36C, but with a rail to carry handle.
I think that's just called the G36C. I just wanted to make sure. Yep, yeah, that doesn't come off. I just wanted to make sure this was here. Ooh, you can switch out the aperture. Do you want square or round?
Ooh,
Round doesn't help.
Living wild today, I guess.
Daring today, aren't we, sir? I don't like the UMP, but this thing is fine. I don't know what it is about it that's fine. Ding! Okay, so once I got it kind of on target, that first burst was awful. That second burst was a lot better. I actually don't need to fire any more of this, truthfully.
You've got your gist.
I do at least like that. Oh, I do have to close the bolt. Okay. Alright, so show me those next 15. Yeah, it did alright. It's not fantastic, but it's pretty nice. And, it's slick and stylish, and it folds up, so because it's the G36 carbine, we're not talking the, we've definitely made this mistake before on this series. Where is it? Oh, G36C? Yeah, let me get the G36C.
Nope.
No, that is the full-sized. No, it's serviceable. Welcome to 3. I guess, yeah.
Alright.
It doesn't feel like we're missing something? I guess you haven't played a Hitman game, so So, Hitman, the movie. Both of the films are bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a video game movie. It wasn't until Detective Pikachu that we learned how to make a video game movie that doesn't suck shit out of a straw. And then we made Detective Pikachu, and then we made Sonic, and then that was it.
Yeah, we basically just kind of dropped off after that.
Yeah, Uncharted, Mario. The Mario movie isn't even out yet, but there's no reason to assume it'll be good. It's a limited...
I completely forgot there was an Uncharted movie.
There is, and it stars Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. I want to point out that Nathan Drake has been played in a live-action Uncharted film by Nathan Fillion. And it was just a fan that emailed him and was like, hey, do you want to play Nathan Drake? And he went, yeah?
Yeah, I remember watching that film. It was a fan film, but it was so well made.
And then it's going to look like... And then Sony's making their own, but it stars Tom Holland as young Nathan Drake, and it's an origin story, and they just repeat some scenes from other Uncharted games, and then try to string them together. The Nathan Fillion one's gonna be like the film to watch.
Yeah.
Which is bewildering. And then Chris Pratt as Mario, Charlie Day as Luigi, Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach, fucking Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
I can believe Jack Black as Bowser. That one I will accept.
Note that was not the one. It was not one of the four I got angry at.
Yeah.
I thought there's no reason to get mad at Jack Black. Jack Black, if Jack Black, if I was getting sued, and they're like, oh, here comes your attorney, and it's Jack Black in a suit holding the briefcase, I'm like, I'm in good hands.
You'll just play air guitar down the courtroom, and you'll just be like, "Ah, we're good."
Over the next 96 minutes, a number of antics will ensue that will mean I go free. Smash cut to 10 minutes later, I'm in an electric chair already.
And Jack Black's just like, well, that was a good run, man.
Doesn't work like Hollywood. Sorry. Eating from a bag of Ruffles the entire time.
His hands are just covered in Cheeto dust.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hitman the movie.
Hitman the movie. We're starting with the Makarov PM.
I don't remember which Makarov that is. We have the PMM. They are pretty much the same. We're gonna use the old one. Eight rounds. And they're relatively accurate. I fired all I need to fire 2.5. It's just a small magazine size. That's my only qualm.
Alright. FNP 90.
Right. Is that supposed to be the site? Is that the P90 site? We just have a mountain of garbage sitting next to the item spawner.
You really do.
Yeah. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you.
We're just shimmying the magazine in.
Nope.
And there it goes.
Take two. Okay.
Let's try this again, this time with...
There we go!
Hey.
I imagine it's better when you can feel the magazine. Playing VR guns is like you've rubbed the Icy Hot with Novocaine on your hands, and now you're trying to do average, ordinary tasks. You can't feel anything that's going on.
Somebody had made the point that anytime they use Icy Hot, they use, nitrile gloves, and they're like, yeah, it's just better.
Well, I'm talking specifically the Icy Hot with the Novocaine in it.
Oh, yeah.
To flippin' numb the everything.
Just
I was about to say that hit every number but 10. But no, I actually did hit a 10. I hit a few 10s. I hit a number of 10s.
Nice.
That actually did shockingly well. That doesn't excuse this magazine. Although, to be fair, and we've made this comment before, Destiny 2 has a P90-like gun where the magazine sticks here, and I hate that even more.
It's It's the Vice Scout Rifle. I know which one you're talking about. And it doesn't actually stick out the bottom, it comes out the side.
Like this?
No.
Like this? Like this?
Like how it currently is formationed in the actual P90, except instead of popping it out the top, it comes out the left side.
Oh, there's a gun in Black Ops 2 that's actually just like that. Where the rail only is on this side and curves over, so you can just do shloop, shloop, and then you're good back to killing. When I played the game on Wii U, that was the only gun I used. And I'm pretty sure I killed all 118 players that owned the Wii U version of Black Ops 2 and played the online multiplayer at least once. Because there was only 118 of us. I mean, it's decently accurate. I don't like the recoil pattern, and I don't... like the magazine. But still, it is pretty accurate. I do have to give it that. I guess I'll give it a... Yeah, I'll give it a 3.5.
The M203, but on an M4.
Okay, yeah, we've already fired an M4. We fired enough M4s. We're here to talk specifically the M203. We're gonna use the left-handed one. Screw it.
Why not?
And you know what? It doesn't matter what magazine we stick in it. 5-rounder? Sure.
That looks so ridiculous.
I don't know how you're supposed to get that out. Do we need to fire this at a target? I just stopped and thought about what we're about to do. Oh well. I've lived a good life. Nope, close. Four. I shot under the paper. Why is this in a Hitman thing?
I don't know, it's not exactly stealthy.
Well, I guess the Hitman films... How are there 2 hits? There's nothing left. That's all she wrote. The M203 is the informed consent clinic of guns. No fucking around. Just get to the point and give me what I want.
Yeah, for real.
And I respect that. Unfortunately, I don't know how to compare that to anything.
Yeah.
What is accuracy to a grenade launcher? What is recoil? What is ballistics?
To a grenade launcher. Yeah.
What does the projectile do the moment it gets inside someone? It splits into 1,000 pieces and shreds them like they're a fucking tomato. And that's why I keep giving the grenade launchers and other absurdities G. It's not a number, because it's just an entirely different spectrum that we only catch a brief and manic glimpse of whenever we cross paths.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the grenade launchers world and the other meme weapons world, there's an A and a B and a C and a D and an E and an F. Oh, it's like on its own like weird spectrum below a spectrum.
It's not exactly a failure, but it's not exactly a success.
It's like, what's below a failure? At this point, like you're screwing with us. And that's kind of how I feel about trying to rate the grenade launcher on this spectrum. It's like when what book was that? In 12th grade, we had to do a presentation on a George Orwell book. I don't remember the book. It wasn't 1984. And it wasn't Animal Farm. Maybe it was just somebody gave a presentation on George Orwell. But he turned it into George Orwell sounds like Orson Welles. So he wrote this whole conspiracy theory about how they were the same person. And that was what he turned in and presented as a PowerPoint.
Well.
We clapped. That's about all I can say. He moved from 12 AP to regular 12 the next day. I think he realized he was in over his head and wanted to go out with a bang, and I respect that.
Like, dude's just like, alright, I'm going out. No, I'm going out swinging.
Okay, I'm gonna head out. But first, George Orwell. Or Orson Welles.
Alright, so I was so caught up in your long-winded
G.
tangent of G.
I don't know what to give it M203 in any of these contexts.
G. H&K G36 with the giant sight thingy.
Yup. Yeah, it's just this but big. A little less stealthy. But I don't think the Hitman movies are trying to be stealth.
Yeah, no, they're not.
We're gonna give this a 3. Yeah, no, I'm like, points off because it's kind of unnecessarily big. But add the points back on because I just think the sight thing is funny. Every game that does the G3 or the G36 sight, it's just a hoot.
Yeah.
Because it's just
incredibly unnecessary.
It takes up your whole screen the moment you hold right click.
Yeah.
But there are so many bolt actions when it comes to Hitman things, and I feel like I'd be remiss if we didn't just fire just a regular old bolt action just to have. So I hope y'all understand as I bust out our dear boy, the Model 70.
It's just a classy looking thing.
This is like, okay, take the scope off. I would not be able to tell you when this was created at all. It could be literally at any point in firearm history.
Yeah, like could be 2 months ago, could be 1973.
1936.
1936 even, yeah.
Holy crap. Like, the sights in my head had me thinking, like, okay, maybe, like, 1970. Model 70, 1970. I could see that. Or maybe,
Yeah.
you know, somewhere around that era. No, this is pre-World War II, even. I don't think I can get
feel about that.
I don't know if I can get the stripper clip in here with the scope. I can. I don't want to think about how I did that, so real fast, I'm just gonna... Can we just give it up real fast, though, for my score?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see how long we can keep this going. Good so far. The concept of bolt-action rifle gets a 5 out of 5. This is a match made in heaven. I mean, it's only 30 meters, but... Dang!
Now the next one is not one, but two dual RPDs.
Now. That's not quite what I've written down.
No, it's not.
There is a guy in the Hitman movie who ambushes 47 with... Where does this go? He comes at 47 with dual motherfucking RPDs. And I saw that scene on IMFDB. And IMFDB is very clinical about it. They're just like, yeah, in this scene, there's a mobster with 2 RPDs. You can't be clinical about that. We're missing an important detail. Like the fact that it's dual motherfucking RPDs. This feels like Wolfenstein all over again. So, not here for accuracy. These aren't sniping weapons. They're here for shock and awe. And
all they're ever gonna be.
And for that, this is why we have G.
Another good old G category.
It's to celebrate the absurd, the bewildering, the questionable, but the so bad it's good. All at once. And that was all at once.
Alright. And then we're gonna finish up the first movie with a rocket launcher.
Right.
Just top it off with the RPG-7.
Does this get fired in Hitman?
Probably over the shoulder.
So, I want to point out, this is actually a new model for the RPG. This is the first time we're getting to use it. We can actually, the ladder sights go up and down.
Ooh.
We can even fold that one down. And we can fold that one down because if we go, yeah, we're actually exactly where we want to be. No, it's not the Mosin. Is it this? Yeah. So it actually has the Russian scope mount.
Oh, nice.
But what I like about the Russian scope mount is we can then go to rail adapters, we can go Russian to Picatinny, and now we can just attach whatever we want. So, you know, if you wish to make, you know, unholy abominations, you can. Dan, I have some sad news. It literally will not let me.
You've just fused it.
That can come off. It won't let me hold both at once.
Well, congratulations. The RPG now has a carry handle, I guess.
I wanted to actually just use the...
Get a new one.
So, this is a new model for the RPG, and what's interesting about that is it just looks different, and we're not going to try to attach a carry handle to it.
Yep, we've learned our lesson.
Okay, we have to do this. We do this every time, but it's too fun not to do it. So, audience...
I'm gonna give it the whip.
So, audience, if you will watch me whip... I will take a 10 out of 10. Yeah, that hit the bullseye. I think. We'll use that one. That's fine. What the... This one, like, flippin' tumbled its way out. It's too big to be deleted. What about the other way? Okay, there we go. If you put it in from the back, it doesn't want to get deleted because it's too big. 2007, man. They were just like, hey, do you want to see 2 RPKs at once?
So we're moving on to the reboot
what
movie.
What is the second film called?
It's just called Hitman Agent 47.
That's not a tagline. That's like if, like, Space Jam, and then they did Space Jam LeBron James. Maybe they should have just called it Space Jam LeBron James. Okay, what do we got?
3-hole weapons. We're starting with the 1911 A1 Classic. We are finally getting to the good old silver baller.
Hey everybody! Finally! This feels good. We got the silver baller. You know, this is iconic. It's in all the Hitman games. And at long last, it's finally here. This is Agent 47's silver baller from the film Agent 47. You know, the conceit is way less funny because we've already done like a whole bunch of 1911s. It's a 3.5. It's just this, but with fewer rounds. What do you want me to say? I'm sorry. It's old hat by this point. Sorry, Silver Baller. It took us a while to get to you, but...
Alright. Then we got... Now we got the Glock 17 you mentioned earlier.
Yay! I don't know my own scripts. Wait, there's a Glock on the floor. Where is it? Are you the Glock on the... Yes, you are the Glock on the floor. Glock on the floor sounds like some kind of either children's book or secret agent code name. Or AM radio disc jockey.
All of the above.
All at once. Okay, that fired way better than the Glock 19, and I have no idea why. Does the Glock 19 just suck?
Perhaps.
That could... No. I want to give that a 4, actually. That was actually quite lovely. We still need a Glock on the floor, though, so we're gonna... There we go. You said there's only 3?
Yeah.
So
and the last one is the CX4 Storm.
Oh boy. There it is. CX4 Storm. Everyone's favorite Beretta. You want?
Weirdest looking 9mm I've seen. I kind of dig it though. It's ridiculous in every way, shape, and form, but it's kind of nice for me. I don't know.
It's the two kids stacked in a trench coat of firearms.
Yeah.
As a result, that is fantastic. Holy crap! Well, that was only a 20 meter. That was only a 12 meters. All right, now let's really give you. That was probably why the Glock did as well as it did. It's fine. All right, let's really give you a workout on this one. $7.8. Okay. Yeah. It's a 4 out of 5 in my eyes. Honestly, that was. Actually, you know what? You know what I want to do. I think I'm gonna bring this one to the range later. So we're just gonna. What the fuck? Oh, that's where I put it. I just already wasted a bullet. I didn't even get to say my introductory thing. Didn't think you let me forget about this one, huh? You see, oh, it's Hitman. There better be a silver baller in here. Yeah, I'm playing a modded version of frickin' H3VR just for this. So this is the actual. Well, this is the long baller. I love the long slide. It's so much slide. This is, I think, actually one of the models from one of the games. I don't know which game, but they've ported the model over. And I'm not a big fan of the material work, but it is quite lovely. And I don't know, I don't got much more to say about it. We're just gonna... Yeah, it's a 1911. It gets a 1.5 of style points. I can't not give it a 5. I literally modded the game just for this, just for these videos.
Did we even go over the storm?
We're here in the sniper range with all of our sniper rifles. We gotta start with the flippin' the WA.
No. I was about to say that's
WA2000.
okay.
I want this out to 10x magnification, I think. Can we go further out? Nope, 10 is as far as we go. This is as far as you'll go. That was bad. Those last 4 shots were all on one breath, which was stressful as an asthmatic. Yeah. No, that did actually pretty dang well. Once I kind of got the hang of it. I mean, look at the grouping. I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
Like, I goofed here. The tracking wasn't helping matters, but I totally just bumped my arm. Second one, I don't know. I was trying too hard, I think. But after that, I got my mojo. I just held my breath, and really, this is spoiling what I've done. I just held my breath, and I just really took my time. And for that, I truly... I mean, it worked. Can I aim from off the table? It's too low, so I can't. I mean, I could, technically. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I'm gonna put that over there. So there's still room for something better if there is something better. Now we're gonna move on to the Lee Einfeld. This is gonna be interesting because it doesn't come with a scope. Do you zoom any more than this? Nope. Okay, so I was trying to aim, getting the tip of that thicker black line onto where I wanted to hit. And if we go to my timings, that wasn't working at all. So then what I was doing was I was aiming thick black line at a little over the height I wanted, and then the thin horizontal line kind of at the so the thick black line was like this orientation, and then the thin line was my up and down. I was trying to aim slightly above where I wanted. I hit a dead bullseye, which I don't think I even did with the... No, I did not do with the WA2000. The problem is this scope is just not zoomed in nearly enough. This is good for like 30 meters. 40 meters? I mean, hold on. Yeah, once you get a feeling for where you're trying to aim, at like 50 meters, it's fine. This is not like a sniping weapon, in my humble opinion. Alright. So next up, we're gonna go for... We're gonna go for the Model 70. We're gonna do our weirdos later. I don't know, I was pleased as punch with this thing earlier, so... I'm looking forward to seeing how well this thing can do. Okay. And one of the cool things is I can actually turn the magnification up even further and get an even better picture of the nice. That was astounding. Yeah, I mean, it is 100% the magnification that's helping. I'm up to 26x. It turns out the more you can zoom in, the better the gun gets. With that in mind, I kind of just want to see how this is gonna do. This is sad. Okay, so it's fine. I don't need to fire 30 rounds. It's fine. It's aiming up and to the right. No scope. Just the rail. Just the sights. Okay, so we want the last 15. That's about correct. So this is with the irons. And this is with the scope. I'm seeing a little bit of a difference. I don't know about you, though.
Very minor difference, yeah.
It's slight. You've really got to squint for it. But honestly, this isn't trying to be a sniper rifle. But at the same time, if you give anything a 32x scope, it's going to be good at hitting things at range. Okay, now for the one I'm interested in. There's nothing I can do to this. It's literally just go. Alright, so I'm firing slugs out of a pump-action shotgun at 100 meters. That was a 7? Okay, that final shot was bad, but jeez. That was the worst one of the night, but you're a shotgun. You're not supposed to be great. Probably should have used one with a shorter barrel. Okay. Round 2.
This is ridiculous.
I totally lose the target, and then when I try to find it again, I'm freaking suffocating. I can't... Yeah. Yeah, no. Welcome to the club. It was worth it. It was worth a look. But I've been privy to something. And what I mean by that is that I read in a comment on one of Garrett's videos on the MP203 is that this thing firing slugs is apparently one of the game's most accurate weapons. I I wish to experiment. It also has 24 shells, which is interesting. This is insane. This should be working. I must know. Hey, Dan?
Yeah.
That was the best average out of all of them.
Yeah.
MP203, man. It's not just H3VR's best shotgun, it might be H3VR's best gun. I was smitten by this thing the moment it appeared. Last Meatmas. I mean... Get off. There we go. I mean, this was what you open the case and you're greeted with. It's already diabolical. And then Anton comes in and goes, hey, this is a magazine and it holds belted 12 gauge. You know, the same type of shotgun round that KOS takes. It has a 3-round microburst. It has single fire. It has full auto. And when it's firing the slugs like it does by default, I feel comfortable calling this the game's best sniping weapon. It's a shotgun! Why is it the game's best sniping weapon? Why isn't it like this? Why haven't they figured out like a 24-round drum mag for this? Why do we have to rely on insanity? Purest of insanity. I don't like it, but I also love it.
It's definitely one of those moments of I hate it so much, but it's also my favorite.
Okay. And also I totally now realize what I could do. This is not gonna look handsome. I need to readjust my hand. I'm gonna put this in the other hand maybe. I could totally just do that. I feel like something is lost doing this. Actually, I regret to inform you that this the game's best sniper weapon. Uh-oh. Oh, I lost control. Okay, we're back. Oh, I missed. Dang it. That's a handsome pair together.
Yeah.
Well, we did it. This is all the Hitman. All of the Hitman.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All
real
76
fast.
of these things.
Real fast, I do want to say thank you. We started the series in February of this year, specifically as a milestone for people watching Fallout and Analysis. And it's really kind of outgrown that tremendously. And I mean that in all the best ways. I didn't think we'd be doing Hitman, Left 4 Dead. We have some projects coming up in 2022. I've actually already got the tryouts written through June or maybe even July. And I am very much looking forward to getting to surprise and delight everybody watching and say a bunch of incorrect gun facts that get corrected in the comments. But honestly, no. I joke around and I riff on y'all, and I riff on my own inability to understand all of this. What's going on here? Couldn't tell you. But it means a lot to me that not only are the videos getting watched, they're getting liked. You know, views help, but likes and comments really do help drive engagement. And then the more that engagement metric goes up, the more likely a video is to get recommended. The Hitman video got recommended after like 1 or 2 days, sitting at 100 something views, and then just one night it was almost at 1,000. And then I woke up the next morning, it was at like 1,200. You know, that was the best performing video in like 6 months. And that's sad in a lot of ways, because the channel used to get a whole lot more and a whole lot faster covering payday things. But it's a very hopeful thing for me. And I do truly hope that through it all, I've kind of found this niche, not as, you know, a talented or proficient H3VR player, but an entertaining voice for everybody watching. That's really all I could hope for, and I feel like that is very much possible. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for making this possible. 2022 is going to have some interesting surprises. We're gonna start the year on a serious note, but not a very long note. It's gonna be kind of a shorter one-off that I'm looking forward to. There's gonna be some stealthy tactics. There's gonna be a crazy April Fool's thing. It's a video essay and a tryout and some other things kind of all just bundled together. That's gonna be huge. It's gonna be probably my biggest it's my biggest project since Fallout in Analysis. I'll start with that. My April Fool's video is gonna be fucking massive. And I think that might tell you a lot about it already. But then we get to the actual big one. The longest H3VR tryout I'll have ever done. 120 something weapons. That's gonna be coming this coming summer. So, thank you all so much. Hope those little glimpses into what's coming in the new year really help you figure out what to look forward to. Hope, have fun speculating and trying to figure out what's going on. I don't understand what's going on. Now, it is customary that we end with a bang. And I've thought about the bang that we end this on. So, happy holidays! This is nothing.
This is a sparkler with some bright flashes, but hey.
It's supposed to be a Roman candle. It probably looks better down there. It's empty.
Rip.
That's actually not how I wanted to end this. We have to end this with Javier the Meat Miss Iguana. I'm sorry. If you've never seen Javier the Meat Miss Iguana, you are in for a treat. Goodbye! The lighter is still on. Uh-oh. Fire safety. I probably shouldn't have shot that off with a bunch of primed rockets hanging around, but oh well.
Oh well.
What got up here? A flippin' some kind of magazine just knocked over the musket. That was exciting. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, I'd recommend subscribing. Patreon and social media links are in the description.